Welcome to Pure Blood Wolf Brothers. I'm Steve.
And I'm Bobby. And as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Got it that time.
We're so proud of you.
Thanks.
Anyway, we have a couple of things to talk about tonight. One having to do with the vaccines, the jab, and then the other having to do with eggs in America.
And for those of you who don't know, our name, Pure Blood Wolf Brothers, it's because we're still pure blood. We don't have the. So let's move on to the jab story here. It's rather long, but I think it's very important that you guys hear it.
Hi, my name is Retzef Levy, and since 2006, I'm a faculty member at MIT in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I have more than 30 years of experience as a practitioner and an academic in using data and analytics to assess and manage risk, particularly in the context of health systems, health policies, as well as the management of safety and quality of manufacturing of biologic drugs. I'm filming this video to share my strong conviction that at this point in time, all COVID mRNA vaccination program should stop immediately. They should stop because they completely failed to fulfill any of their advertised promise regarding efficacy. And more importantly, they should stop because of the mounting and indisputable evidence that they cause unprecedented level of harm, including the death of young people and children. I personally became concerned with the vaccine safety around middle of 2021, when it became known that the mRNA vaccines cause myocarditis, an inflammation of the heart. Since myocarditis is known to be hard to diagnose because it often has vague symptoms or can even be subclinical with no symptoms, it's also known to be a frequent cause of out of the hospital sudden cardiac arrest, especially among young people. I was very concerned that it will not be detected by the existing vaccine safety surveillance systems. Motivated by that, we decided to analyze the Israel national EMS data to see if there are any signals of increased out of the hospital adverse events. The analysis of the EMS calls and diagnosis data from 2019 throughout the first half of 2021 revealed some very concerning signals. We detected an increase of 25% in the calls with cardiac arrest diagnosis among ages 16 to 39 in the first half of 2021, exactly when the vaccination campaign in Israel was launched. A smaller increase was also detected in the older ages. Moreover, we also detected a statistically significant temporal correlation between the number of the Pfizer vaccine doses administered to this population and the number of EMS calls with cardiac arrest diagnosis. Interestingly, we did not find any statistically significant correlation with the number of COVID-19 infections during this period of time. While this is not a proof of causal relationship, it left us very concerned, especially given the known suspect clinical mechanism. And we called for an immediate, thorough investigation by the Israeli Ministry of Health to investigate what are the underlying causal mechanisms of this observed increased increase in the cardiac arrest calls. Unfortunately, to the best of my knowledge, such thorough investigation was never conducted. By now, I believe that the cumulative evidence is conclusive and confirms our concern that the mRNA vaccines indeed cause sudden cardiac arrest as a sequel of vaccine-induced myocarditis. And this is potentially only one mechanism by which they cause harm. Data from UK, Scotland, and Australia replicate the data from Israel. Additional data from Israel indicates that in 2021, the EMS in Israel conducted more than 3,000 more resuscitations compared to 2019, which amounts for an increase of 27%. Two prospective studies from Thailand and Switzerland, in which vaccinees were tested before and after they received the vaccine, indicate that the rates of heart damage are likely to be significantly higher than the rates detected by clinical diagnosis. This is exactly the same finding that the US military found in 2015 when it conducted a similar study on the smallpox vaccine. Another study from the Harvard Medical School detected in the blood of children with vaccine-induced myocarditis an entire spike, which is another indication of the underlying mechanism of harm, but in fact has even broader implications about the safety of the vaccine, given that the repeated evidence that we have that our mRNA and the lipids are actually penetrating the blood system. And finally, autopsies of people that died closely after they received the vaccine indicates that in a large number of cases, there is strong evidence that the death was caused by vaccine-induced myocarditis. So presented with all of this evidence, I think that there is no other ethical or scientific choice but to pull out of the market these medical products and stop all the mRNA vaccination programs. This is clearly the most failing medical product in the history of medical products, both in terms of efficacy and safety. And we need to investigate and think hard, how did we end up in a situation that it's also the most profitable medical product in the history of medical products? Thank you for your attention.
What do you think of that?
Professor Levy, who serves as a co-director of Leaders for Global Operations Program, is widely regarded as one of the leading experts in risk management in the health field. So, if this is who he says he is, okay, he kind of is going he's going against the narrative of our big time media, politicians, and of course the, Pfizer and Moderna and all them.
He better go hide.
Yeah, keep an eye on this guy. It definitely seems as if all the athletes that are dropping because of cardiac arrests might be tied into this.
You can't even keep up with how many are dying. I've never witnessed anything like this.
Well, we're just hearing about the big name people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about us common folk that are out
Right.
here just doing what we do.
Right. And that's a reason I'll never get it, and I will never have my kids get it.
Yeah, you can't. You can't do it.
I don't trust it.
I mean, how many people do you know that have gotten it and gotten sick probably because of it?
Mm-hmm.
It's staggering. It's scary. It's sad.
It is, and it's deceiving. When they say, "Oh, it's going to save lives," and they just take advantage of people over and over and over again, and that's all the government. I think it's all about population control.
Well, you work at a place. I used to work at a place that when this whole thing was going on, they were actually trying to get all their employees vaccinated.
Mm-hmm. I told them
And
that you can fire me. I
yeah,
was I
well,
was prepared to get fired after
that's a
15
stance.
years of working at this place.
That's a stance I was taking too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I literally was having a face-to-face conversation with the president of the company,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I got the biggest blank look at me. It was insane.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I think people need to definitely think twice about getting any more boosters or anything. What was it? I had gone into the hospital for something not COVID related or anything, and I'm watching people coming right up. Yes, I'd like to get a booster.
Yeah.
Now, older people, it just you don't want to say anything to them because, I mean, you do, but you don't because
They're gonna make up their own
it's a
mind.
mute point. It's a mute
Right.
point. If they've
Mhm.
already made it up in their mind that this is for them, there's nothing you can do, and they probably already had like 4 or 5 boosters already.
Right. Yeah. And if you people haven't seen, what is it called? Is it Died Suddenly? That
Oh yeah, I think
documentary.
so. It's
Man,
on
that's
Rumble, right?
yeah. Yeah, I'll try to put a link in it in the description. Um, Man, go watch it. It is informative. Um, it's really not even that long, so you don't need a huge attention span to it. It's about 40 minutes. But yeah, no, they explain a lot of it, and these are all what do you call it? The people embalmers, and they explain what they're finding in the blood ever since all the vaccinations have started. Um, so yeah, go check that out and just click it down below. But yeah, if our channel wasn't flagged before, it's definitely getting flagged today.
Well, what can you do?
Yeah.
The truth needs to be told, and
Mm-hmm.
back check us all you want.
And speaking of government control and all that, and weird coincidence is going on with the egg industry.
Well, before we
Uh,
talk about the eggs, let's go back to last year. We started having food shortages, right? We had
mm,
certain food processing plants all of a sudden catch on fire.
yep.
What was going on?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, every article that was being put out there, nah, it's a conspiracy
Yeah.
theory. Conspiracy
There's
theory.
no correlation to anything. Look the other way. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's it been? The last 10 days, there's been a couple of egg farms or egg processing plants that have caught fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One. I got a news video here. We'll play this for a second if I get audio.
Industry will be minimal. The Connecticut Department of Agriculture tells me the impact on the egg industry will be minimal to none, only because there are more than 372 egg-laying hens just in the United States alone. We got the chance to fly Sky 61 over that damage. You can see the burned area off in the distance between the coops still intact. Investigators say around 1 o'clock Saturday, they were called to Hillendale Farms in Basra for a large fire. When they arrived, they tell us they found a fire in one of the chicken coops. At least 20 different fire departments responded with engines, tankers, and other needed equipment. Fire crews say the fire was contained to one of the 400 by 50-foot coops, containing at least 100,000 chickens.
Okay. If there's not going to be an impact, then why would they have to have? You can't burn down a facility like this and have no impact.
Well, this was a smaller of the two.
Right.
The
But
other one, because this place lost what 100,000 hens, right?
100,000, and then this place right
The one
here,
in Minnesota.
this one had 200,000.
Minnesota.
Oh, hey there, yeah. Howard Lake. Howard Lake, Minnesota. Yeah. A Wright County egg producer is evaluating the damage left behind from Saturday night fire. Yeah, but this one had 200,000 hens that were killed.
Right.
And you can't knock out 300,000 hens and say, it's not really going to have an impact.
Well, here's the interesting thing I find. Now, I'm sure there were plants and facilities that would go ablaze every once in a while here and there. Okay.
Yeah.
But take the food processing. Okay. How often did you hear about food processing plants having fires? Seldom to none, right? Then all of a sudden we have a food shortage and they're popping up all over the place. Now we have an egg shortage and we're having multiple egg processing plants
Mm-hmm.
go ablaze. Coincidence?
No.
Something going on?
Yep.
I want to say yeah.
And why is Bill Gates buying up a lot of farmland?
So he can shove his fake meat down everybody's throat.
Yep, that ain't happening. I'll never take Bill Gates' meat in my mouth.
Oh boy. Nice. Yeah. Wow, you threw that one off. But anyway, yeah, Jesus, I lost train of thought. Thanks.
No problem, anytime.
Well, what I'm saying is this. With the eggplants now having multiples, keep your eyes and ears open if there's any more. Because if there are any more than these two, something's going on and it is being planned to shorten the egg flow in this country. I mean, think about how many other foods are affected with the loss of eggs. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
Noodles.
Eggs used to be the cheapest thing to make. Now it's like, man, you got to have a 2-income household to make some scrambled eggs.
That necklace you're wearing could probably get you what, a carton?
Bling bling,
right? Yeah, I don't know. We're again. I said this the last time we were filming. Mad Max. We are definitely living right on the edge of Mad Max.
It's a
Everything's
weird time.
gonna go nuts. Yeah,
it's a
everything's
weird time
gonna go absolutely insane.
Man, I was born in the wrong decade.
You and me both, brother.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Comment down below. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you got and how you're feeling. I'm kind of interested to know. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe.
You guys have a good night. Later.